on another level, make a broke bitch mad. A baddie with a fatty, check my pretty girl swag. And when I hit the club in VIP, I kick back. Sexy bitches in my clique, you know we all stuntin'. If it ain't about money, then it ain't about nothing. Blowing kisses to my foes, we ain't never running. Automatic, no reload, you know we stay bustin', bustin'. Savage, get that money, bossin' up on them niggas, cause you run it. Making moves now, twerk, you a bunny. If it ain't about that bag, it ain't for me. Ain't about money, it ain't me. Ain't about money, it ain't me. Making moves now, twerk, you a bunny. If it ain't about the bag, it ain't for me. I pick the bag up in the black truck, call it caddy. Black shades on, small waist with the fatty. Whole squad cold in this bitch like we anemic. Took the hustle out the politics and wrote the shit in cement. Still bodies ain't clear. I'm just litty on my queen shit. I'ma tear the streets up. Whole city need a seamstress. 1, get the team together, sure to move in silence. 2, never stutter from these fuckers, keep grinding. 3, I remind them that I'm not alone. I'm a Great Lakes neighbor, how to hate a Flintstone. 4, my allure for couture is a message. 5, I survive cause my vibe is no stressing. Savage, get that money, bossin' up on them niggas cause you run it. Making moves now, twerk, you a bunny. If it ain't about that bag, it ain't for me. Ain't about money, it ain't me. Ain't about money, it ain't me. Making moves now, twerk, you a bunny. If it ain't about the bag, it ain't for me.
Cheer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Words with POODAY and
Plaga. Sometimes you
and
and
you.
What's going on, ladies? That was artist out of
Who that is?
North Carolina. She's originally from Flint, Michigan. Her name is La Priest.
Flint La Priest.
You can check her out on IG, La Priest Naor, LAPRECE_NOIR. You can check her IG out. She got some dope hip hop. She's definitely with the hip hop. Check her out, man.
Give that to them one more time, because you know, the niggas like, what?
That's La Priest Naor. You can check her IG. That was her single that's out on all platforms right now. Actually, it's called About Money. And that's LAPRECE_NOIR. What's going on, people, though? How y'all feeling tonight? How y'all feeling? We got a special guest in the building. Why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Peace, this is the God Victorious.
Victorious.
You already know what it is, man.
Yeah,
How
man.
you doing, man? How you doing,
I'm good,
man?
man. I'm feeling very Flatbushian up here.
Oh, feeling very Flatbush up
I'm feeling
here?
very good Cotillion right now.
Cotillion
right now.
The you.
We Kirkside down. Hey, Rugby Kirkside. Shout out to Cotillion. Shout out to all my Flatbushians, man.
And East Flatbush.
East Flatbush.
Flatbush, 30s, 40s, 50s,
50s, 90s up. You already done know.
You know what's fucked up, though? 30s never get the shout out, though.
They never get the shout out.
They rarely do.
20s,
20s,
40s, 50s. Come on,
They skip the
son.
30s.
2 first, come on.
Two first, yeah, two first.
Come on,
get it.
Yo, they like, yo, two first actually starts and ends the 20s. Like, basically, that's all you hear.
That's all you hear.
About the 20s.
Right.
Two first. 40s.
Maybe 2/3. Maybe sometime.
I mean, you got to be out in Flatbush.
You gotta be
That's
in
another
Flat.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's another story, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
2/3. Yeah.
Got part liquor for that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, but you know, that Tekashi, we're gonna get into current events real quick.
Right into that.
You know, yeah, the Tekashi case is still going on. Y'all know that from my last episode. Y'all already know what it is. What's going on in the sports world, man? Yo, Plaga, man, see what we got going on in the sports world right now.
Man,
Tonight's
let
Monday
me tell
Night
you
Football.
these scores.
You know,
Hold on.
we're gonna get them scores up for y'all in a minute and everything.
Up
You
for
know
y'all
what I'm
going,
saying?
man.
But in the
my
meantime,
Cowboys lost yesterday. I'm pissed. I'm mad about that.
I mean, what you expect them to do?
They
You know what I'm
lost to
saying?
these fucking
Yo, shout out to all my
bum
Giants
ass
fans. You already
backup
know.
quarterback.
Jones.
fucking backup quarterback, man. Fuck out
Jones. Ooh, y'all backup quarterback?
No, fucking Saints.
Oh, the Saints. I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
Breeze ain't
it was the week of the backups again.
Breeze ain't fucking
You know
playing.
what I'm saying? Well, Mons is a starter now. Jones, he starts now.
You know,
what I'm saying? So,
right now we got
shout out to Giants.
Monday night football going on. The Steelers up 24-3. They spanking the Bengals. Yesterday, the Eagles won. Oh no, that was Thursday. Actually, I'm sorry. The Eagles beat the Packers 34-27. Sunday, you had the Titans take a victory over the Falcons 24-10. The Patriots over the Bills 16-10. The Chiefs over the Lions. Mahomes is on fire right now.
What did he drop?
Yo, I gotta check his stats. He on fire though. The Raiders and the Colts. The Raiders took that 31-24. The Chargers and the Dolphins. The Chargers took that 30-10. The Giants, since they let Eli go, they on a 2-game winning streak.
Hey.
Yeah, what are all these strange words, y'all?
They're on a 2-game winning streak. The Browns and the Ravens. The Browns took the Ravens 40-25. That's a big score. Panthers, Tech. That's it. That's all I got for that.
And the score between JayZ and the NFL is.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Just a second.
Well, we want to speak on that. I'm pretty sure everybody got some. We kind of spoke on that, but I just say this. What do they want from a brother who didn't play football? He doesn't play football, first and foremost. He doesn't play first and football because and we said this last time, and I'm kind of, it's a lot I can't really speak on because I know the family. I don't know him personally, but I know his mother personally. And people think they know stuff, but they don't really know. They think they know. And people sacrifice a lot of things to make it to certain places that they make it from, especially where we're from. And everybody wants to say what they would and wouldn't do when they're in a position. You got to get to the position first. We're fighting on land where the game is fixed already for us to lose. So how could we win if we never infiltrate things or make our way into things? Not saying that we got to kiss ass to get there or sell our soul to do it, but I don't recall JayZ selling his soul on anything, and that's what I'm gonna say on that. I don't recall that, and people can say what they want. They got their own opinions. I know you probably got.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not qualified to say what Jay sold out on. You know what I mean? Some of you had said though, like a lot of us is fighting different wars though. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at I'm just gonna say black people. Or poor folk, you put us all in the room, or put 4 of us here in the room, say, what's the problem? We all going to probably have like 4 different answers. One person might say education, you might say poverty, whatever. So, we ain't like, we say we fighting something, like Jay fighting one thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm fighting another thing. So, I would never criticize how next man, fighting, his war.
His war.
Yeah,
right,
it's different fronts, like, you know what I'm
different
saying?
Wars.
Facts.
That's warfare. Revolutionary War, motherfuckers gonna fight, the English in Boston. George Washington gonna be fighting them in Maryland. It's a whole different legions. No con. You know what I'm saying?
Good reference.
But I am not capitalist though. I'm not a capitalist, but I'm living in capitalism. So the dollar is real. But I am a filmmaker.
Okay.
And we had a thing with Public Enemy had a song with Big Daddy Kane and Ice Cube. Name of that song was Burn Hollywood Burn, right? So a lot of things that's going on. People say, well, what are we gonna watch? We can't watch anything anymore because everything is, we had nothing to watch. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You know what I mean? So if we do gotta burn it down, that's fine too. I want to put my films out before we burn it down, but we used to say like chant down Babylon. Right, so there is a way to get into the Trojan horse and do it like that, but then there's another army that's coming and is burning the whole Troy down and shit. I don't want to say Troy because I know you're going.
No, I get your reference. I get your reference. Some people may not. I understand what he's saying.
I understand your reference too, and some people might not if they not knowledgeable about the horse.
About what you just said, like
them getting into the horse and infiltrating. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the best infiltrates of all time.
Yeah.
Getting in there with a gift. inside the Trojan horse. It's like
Rockefeller, y'all. Yo, you know what's funny? Like, yo, I go into my my vibe where like I look at Jay and I'll be like, JayZ. Then I go to a party, they run that JayZ set. Man, it's like, fuck.
It's real.
Who am I to talk down about JayZ after?
And this is
right.
And you know what?
So
I want to actually.
I respect that song.
And I'm glad he said that.
Keep
That's
talking,
what I
keep
want to
talking.
ask.
Nah, musically speaking,
Yeah,
like you know,
speaking,
right?
Because we
Soonia's gonna
expect.
kill me
This is what I would say.
for this.
I want you to tap into this
Right.
because this is what I say. We kind of put too much into expectations into entertainers.
I disagree though with that.
What do you? How do you
Well,
disagree?
part himself.
Yeah,
I agree with you, but in the context
Just
of
like athletes
in the context of JayZ though,
Yeah.
JayZ is putting himself up to be a black leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
A
if
trendsetter.
he wants to play that game of speaking, you know, politics, then you're gonna get the same, you know, and
Backlash and accolades
Right,
that
that
come
everybody
with it
else did.
overall.
Yeah.
Basically, I dig it.
and you can't complain about
You
it.
can't.
Yeah,
You
no,
gotta be subject to
I don't
everything
really see
that
him
comes your way.
complaining. I
Correct.
think he doesn't talk much.
He
doesn't talk much.
He's gonna drop a song though, dissing everybody that dissed him. And it was like one bar. Y'all thought I didn't know the
See,
NFL. Like he feels it. He got it. You got to feel it.
Oh yeah, listen. One thing I
You
know
believe
about
that he's
Hov.
coming with something?
Listen,
One line.
One line.
One line.
You believe it's gonna be one line?
Always
yo,
gotta be one line.
listen. One thing that Hov mastered,
Yeah.
is the masterization of being exclusive. Not
He answers your people's
not
questions.
over,
He always
not
answers in
over-
music. You know that though,
Not
right?
over saturating yourself.
I agree with you on that. He will answer you with the music. Yeah, he
in
would.
any situation, and you can say that he definitely will answer you.
He will.
But this is how he answer you. He answer you short, direct, and sweet.
That's it.
So it's no long argument.
Right.
It's none of this. It's none of that. It's okay. Boop bop bit done. On to the next.
Right.
You feel me? So what I gotta say about JayZ as far as what he's doing with his business, because when it comes to his rap, it's just hands down. Like, come on. And like you said, like some people hate him, and then like how you said you think, and you be like, damn, how could I even? You know what I'm saying? And, like,
Dig it for my nigga.
and to go on what you were saying is like you can't. There's a lot of things that's done
that people don't
doesn't-
know.
that
But
people
he
don't know
has
about. Hold
done
on.
things that people
hold
never
on.
even talk about.
Listen to what I'm
too.
saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm going off what you said too,
Yeah.
and both of y'all have good valid points because there are a lot of things that JayZ and his wife do, Beyonce, that the family do that they don't publicize on a scale like a new album. You understand
don't
what I'm saying?
publicize
They're
it
not
at all.
going on a publicity tour saying that we're giving away book bags.
Or they
and things like
sending
that.
kids to
Because,
college every year.
One thing that I know for sure that his moms.
They're sending kids to college every year. They're
definitely-
giving away stuff every year
Listen,
in the hood.
definitely
You got
every
rappers
year.
from Brooklyn right now that don't even come back to Brooklyn and give anything, not
Can I
even
say
a
something to
turkey.
that, though? I want to say something.
Yeah,
to that, right?
like,
because I
minimum.
feel like I'm in the middle of all
Yeah.
that. So that's facts. Like you don't know what Jay be doing. You don't know anyone really be doing. But I feel like it's a different conversation. Like with the NFL thing, it's not really a convo about giving back. It's a convo about involving yourself and commenting on strategy in a way, you know. See, we have a thing called political education, right? So it's like in any organization or any movement, you have to be qualified to say and do certain things. And the integrity of that movement is always strongest when money isn't your qualifier, right?
Correct.
So people buy themselves into certain movements all the time. It might be in their heart, but you know, sometimes you skip the ranks, right?
Yeah.
So JayZ, I believe, has a great heart, right? But JayZ didn't come up the ranks as an activist. Neither Kaepernick, neither did he. He's like, you get money and you Google shit, like, oh shit, I'm gonna put some money to that, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is that when you have philanthropists, right, who usually are silent people, who have no political education, you know, have this platform and they speak as if they went through the same ranks as a 49-year-old activist, right?
Correct.
So JayZ's like a baby activist, respectfully speaking. Like he's been like, you know, his heart.
No,
He from Marshall.
I think he just started his-
Listen, I would totally agree with you.
I totally
keep
agree
your
with
point
you.
though. Keep talking. Keep going. He is a baby activist.
I think he
because he
just
used to sell
started.
drugs, which is
I don't
documented.
believe he-
You understand what I'm saying? He raps about it.
even-
Right.
So
Yeah.
he couldn't have been an activist. You can't be an activist while you selling drugs.
Yes, you can.
No, I'm saying, but he wasn't at that particular moment.
Right.
So like you said, he's a baby activist.
Right.
I agree with you saying that. So continue on what you're saying.
I think that's all. I don't wanna talk about Jay
Okay,
too
not
much.
too much.
I don't want to talk about him too much, but I would have ask you this.
It's just the
Yeah.
subject.
What
not
do
really
you?
Jay.
This
Shout out
and this
to
is what
Myrtle
the
Avenue.
overall thing is, because this is what people, what everybody's asking and talking about with the whole situation. What do you expect from him from this? I mean, what do people want from him from this?
People should mind their business really about that. I don't expect nothing. Like I don't.
Like from his deal
Yeah.
with the NFL, what did it like? Being honest, and this is me because this is my perspective on it. I keep saying this. We talked about this a couple times, and I want to say this. I was one of the people who stopped watching football, and protest with Kaepernick. But check this out, me recognizing and seeing things for what it is. He got a gag order payoff. I don't care what nobody's saying. And he ain't said a word or did nothing since. And everybody's worried about what Jay did with the NFL. But the guy who started this whole thing, who was
That's what I
still
told
training
you.
to get his job back, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you just said two things.
And they got the
How
guy
could
haven't
you-
been
I
in
gotta
the
eat.
deal.
I gotta
The
eat.
deal
I
has
gotta eat.
been like what, 2
You wanna get
months?
him?
No, I'm not gonna get. So I want
I
to
wouldn't-
I want
I
to
wanna
set a
hear
time
your
limit. I want to set a time
genuine-
limit on that on
Yeah.
this Jay thing. But
I
so
want to
Cap.
understand what
It's the
Jay
Kaepernick
wanted
thing.
One thing about
Jay.
Cap, right, is
Yeah.
that
He
Cap
wasn't-
didn't really start it, right?
He wasn't the first
He
person.
definitely
I
didn't
know
start it.
that.
Right. Well-
I know that. I'm aware of that.
Well,
See,
I
that's
don't mean with the
part
knee
I'm
though, but I
aware.
mean like
Yeah.
people like you said, Cap don't be speaking, right?
Yeah.
So we all of us like put this voice in Cap mouth, and Cap ain't really said nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we but Cap wouldn't want it. But we don't know what Cap really want because Nessa talking, and you know that's a whole other thing, right?
Yeah.
But you know, Cap never said don't watch football. Cap never said a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? People, the activists around that, you know what I'm saying, the ones that said we're not gonna do this, they the ones that I think some of them feel away about him getting the money and not giving it back. But it's a I had a lawsuit, right? I sued police, shit, right? And the city, right? Because you know, I can't, you know, I had a situation. I sued them, right? Part of suing somebody, you can't speak on it because you give the money back. You know what I'm saying? So I had to forgive him being silent because one, he always been silent because he got a case going on. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a criminal case, but he got a case. I can't say anything about why I'm doing what I'm doing, what I want, because I got a case. Now I gotta be quiet because I got this money. But Cap also give money too. The thing with JayZ and Cap is I feel like JayZ kind of got. First of all, that room was a crazy room. First of all, you know what I mean. And from what I know of JayZ and know of that music, rooms don't. When you're that big, you don't have a big room. People like that just attacking you like that. You know what I'm saying? So he got caught out there slipping, saying the wrong thing about Cap's thing. Like when you say, like, you taking the high road, you taking the low road, right? I say, yo, what's up with the roads? Yeah, well, you know, the low road is over. It's like, yo, what's up? Like, you had to say that. You had to say I'm taking the high
Right.
road. So when you start saying, well, and we have all these different armies, right? And you say, oh, nah, that army right there, you don't need that no more because I'm doing this. That's really the problem. But because he don't have no PE, not no education though. So if he had said like, no comment, which he tried, but again, he's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not really his vibe. So, you know, I forgive him. People just lay off of him. And if people feel like he doing the wrong thing, then do the right thing. Like, do what you think. You know what I mean? Don't watch. You know what I mean? Just don't watch then. You shouldn't care if JayZ says don't watch or if he's betraying the people. Just keep on doing whatever it is, you know, you doing. And that shit irrelevant. I mean, I don't watch. I ain't been watch. I ain't watched like in mad years. I don't want a fucking crown for that shit.
I mean, yeah, and you know what's so crazy? And I'm happy that you said that. And you probably like one of the first people. And it's
No, I'm
so
ill.
crazy.
Wing sent me here. I'm
and
ill.
it's so fucking crazy that shout out to Wing.
Shout out to Wing.
Shout out to
Night
Wing. Night Wing. You know what I'm saying? My geyser. My
He
geyser.
sent this guy to
You already
us.
know. He's an advocate watcher too.
Yeah, he's an advocate watcher.
And he's a big critic too.
Thank you, Wing.
big
He'll tell you if shit ain't right. You know what I'm
shit
saying? That's
ain't
my
right.
guy Wing.
But nah,
But-
that's a good. What he said is
Yo,
real.
I never ever heard it in that fashion because I still watch. I told guys.
And this is my bro.
I told guys.
We
I
argued about
played
it
football
and
when
all
I was
that.
young and all that. All of my guys, shout out to Rugby Road. We already know, AKA Drugby. They already know what it is. We athletes over there.
Right.
Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, whatever you,
Okay.
whatever. Niggas is
Jumping
guys is with
people.
it. Whatever.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, anything. Jumping over cars, anything.
Yeah,
Who
we
jumped the
do
highest?
everything. Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? We was always with the shits.
Right.
Rugby
So-
athleticism.
So I never heard anyone put it like that. As far as guess what, Kaepernick, because I would have been running with that.
But
Kaepernick never told you don't stop watching football. That's something that y'all took upon yourself. He was still watching football because he's an avid. He loves the game. That's why he trains. So how about this? Isn't that so crazy? The guy that y'all stopped watching football for still watch football. How about that? Still eat shit, breathe, and live football.
Right.
How about that? Like, how about that?
Right.
How about slowing down, think about what you're doing and why you're doing it? You understand what I'm saying? Like, stop. That's the thing about riding waves.
And we don't count nobody's pockets and shit.
Don't care
How-
nobody.
how-
no,
how
I
much he
definitely
got?
ain't. I
How
wasn't
much he
worried
made?
about
Well,
how
not-
much
not
that.
you.
Yeah,
No.
definitely that.
I have a
I
picture
never
in my mind who
cared.
I'm
He
talking to.
deserved whatever. No,
Right.
what I say on
But-
that, and that's what I
but
want to be
guys
clear
was
on.
acting
Don't
like
think
they
I
was
think
gonna
he
get something
deserved whatever he
from
got.
that.
Yeah, like
You feel me?
I
had guys in the
People
hood
say that.
acting like they was gonna get
There's certain there's some
10%.
There's some people who are in the activist community feel like
they were supposed to get a percentage.
some people feel like that.
And you know what? No,
Yeah,
no.
because they said that
No,
they
before
felt they
you-
pushed his cause and everything.
Hold on, Pooday. One
It's
thing,
not his
one
cause,
thing
it's
before you
our
make
cause.
me forget, because he said one thing. He said one thing.
They're not real though.
Right.
All right, so it was right. So you know what I mean. A lot of people, when Trump became president, right? Everybody was on the same page on our side of the tracks, right?
What you mean? Is black people?
Black and poor, all that, yeah.
Black and poor. Okay, got you.
Even dumb
Minorities?
white, yeah. Even white folk, like wherever,
White poor, yeah, on the other
there's
side.
an anti, you're the other side, right? Our side, right? It's us against them, right? So it's us. So people will speak, whether it be online, on the street corner, whatever. Everybody agrees. You getting 1,000 likes, you getting high fives, all that, right? And so when you leave the topic of Trump, people really get gassed up by, damn, I said fuck Trump, and now I'm a thought leader. Now I'm an activist. No, like you just said some obvious shit, like 1 + 1 = 2. You're not a mathematician, right? So this whole anti-Trump movement in all these different ways, even let's say like a Ferguson movement, right? It birthed all these new activists, which is a beautiful thing, right? But it's like preaching to the choir. You never really been battle tested, you know what I'm saying, in terms of what your politic is, right? So with even the activists that are leading marches and the ones that's mad at Jay or the ones that's mad at Kaepernick, they are like 2 years older than Jay with that. You know what I'm saying? They just have platform, and God bless them for using their platform, but they also need some political education training. There's actual classes that we used to have, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Erica Ford. She's an OG, like she's a real one, you know what I'm saying? There are people who, just like in any type of like street-centered movement, there's a shadow where you don't even know who's who that's doing things. It's not always gonna be the people who are doing the marches or giving money, the people who've dedicated decades of their life to certain things. And so when you say, okay, well, I got a mic, yes, you should use your mic, but it don't mean that you don't need to humble yourself, right? So when I would just Cap, Jay, other folk thing, it's so much confusion because no one really has earned their right, you know what I'm saying, to speak anyway. And that's the sign. That's how I feel about it.
Gotcha.
And when you say earn the right to speak, what do you mean by
Not
that?
gotta go hard. Huh?
Yeah, no, I really,
No,
I
really feel so.
What do
You know,
mean
where I
by
come,
earn
I'm
the
born
right to speak?
'77, right? So,
Yeah.
no, we was taught that you don't say certain names, right? You don't say anybody's name, right? Because you say somebody's name, you can get punched in the face, right? No matter if you was true or not, it's like you say somebody's name,
Yeah.
punch you in the face.
Exactly.
But you say my name, and then you had to take it. Like, yeah, I said his name. You're right.
Yeah.
That was like law
That
when
was
growing
yeah,
up.
Growing up.
True.
Say somebody's name. You know what I'm saying? So with that, speaking on certain events, like let's say there was a crime that happened, right? You may heard shots. I ain't gonna point you, seen somebody running towards me. What happened? Nothing happened, right? You wouldn't speak about certain things that didn't involve that person, right? So growing up with like that, I'm just gonna say that the criminal type of vibe, you know, we learn to shut the fuck up, right? Or even I'm a 5%er, right? So we have a phrase called do the knowledge, right? Do the knowledge meaning look, and observe, also mean shut the fuck up and listen, right? And if you wasn't qualified to speak about what you're speaking about, which is based upon what you live in, right? Shut the fuck up. And there was penalties to that. There's physical penalties to that. You know what I'm saying? So I mentioned crime, but when you're a revolutionary, which is a crime, right? Or even when I was a 5% in Atlanta, in Atlanta it was a crime because it was a gang. They called it a gang, right? But we put it all in the category of outlaw. If you're revolutionary, you're outlaw. You're criminal, you're outlaw, right? The same code, right? They say like the no snitching thing is a criminal thing. No, it's not. It's an outlaw thing because you a Panther, you don't snitch either, right? So now when you come up these ranks, whether it be your OG, whether you go to a political education class, you learn, all right, I have elders in this. You know what I mean? There's elders here, may I speak, right? And if you could speak or not depend on what work you put in. If not, you be right there. Don't say nothing.
Facts.
Nah,
right.
Yo, I don't disagree with. No, I just want to be clear.
You can't.
Yeah, no.
Wayne sent me. You can't disagree with me.
Nah, you ain't saying.
I'm a super soldier.
Yeah, you ain't saying that. You ain't saying nothing wrong.
Listen,
we grew up on those ethics
and you know what's so crazy?
Codes and morals
and
and
it's
values
like,
right there.
With those morals and values, it's like that's big. That's the majority of how the mob ran their organization, bro. You understand what I'm saying? The guy that drove would never tell the boss a damn thing, not even the capo. Not even the guy on the corner that was doing the hand-to-hand, because he was just a driver.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? In the organization, you was just a driver. You was not qualified to give no opinions about a damn thing. Just drive.
And that's the point, yeah.
So
they just drivers.
Even if your opinion would have made me $1 million or $2 million, you still wasn't qualified. Your body of work and life didn't make you qualified in this particular situation.
Or your lineage. Or your lineage. Who brought you here? Who sent you here?
Right. Yeah, I mean, because a lot of that rocks. I mean, this is why we have Roethlisbergers and these trust fund children that just wild out and do whatever they want. They got millions of dollars to burn and just don't have to work and travel. This is lineage. Like he said, like this, they don't have to. They kids is good. They could burn money every day and still be good.
Yeah, but on that note, I get what you're saying and I agree with you. And so basically, you're saying, because I asked you that because of what what we're talking about in reference to these guys being activists, and we're not gonna keep mentioning their names, but so. Basically, they need to do a little bit more work to even speak, is what you're saying.
More need to be educated.
They need to
be
be
a little bit more.
A little bit more educated to speak.
Yeah.
Not that you feel that they shouldn't speak, but they need to be a little bit more educated.
You got a voice, speak.
Yeah.
But just watch what you say.
Watch what you say.
Just stay with what you know and you understand 100%. Not just your opinion on certain things. Just speak facts or just don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
Because philanthropy doesn't need to have a voice. Like you say that. They say like certain people, they give a whole lot of money and things like that. No one knows. Then keep it like that.
Keep it that way.
And put people in the forefront who is, know what I'm saying about that. Yeah. It's like if 10-year guys rhyme, but you got the bag, then but you don't really rhyme. Let your man who rhyme really rhyme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why you gotta
yeah.
now you going to
all in the video.
All in the video.
All in the video. You can act that say that's the whole
that's the best saying ever.
All in the video.
All in the video.
That's all in the
That's what I was saying. It's all in the videos.
I'm gonna use that.
That's a fact. All in the videos.
Okay. We move on from that because I gotta get a job one day.
Yeah, definitely. So let the people know more about you and what you're into right now. Let's get into you.
Yeah, so I'm a filmmaker.
Where you from and what's going on?
Yeah. What's your project you got going on right now that you're working on film-wise? Because I know you're into film.
I have 2 projects I'm working on at the same time, 2 documentaries. They're feature length. Feature length is like over 50 minutes, pardon me. The first one's called Digging for Weldon Ravine. Digging for Weldon Ravine is about a writer and a musician. He was born in Hampton on campus. And he wrote a song called Young, Gifted, and Black. He wrote the lyrics to that, Young, Gifted, and Black. And Nina Simone and Donny Hathaway sung that. Aretha Franklin sung that. and Nina fired him because of a personal issue. And he went to Queens, right? He lived in Queens, in Jamaica, Queens, St. Albans and all that. And he became a playwright at the Billie Holiday Theater in Bed-Stuy. And he wrote a play called Young, Gifted, and Broke about the music industry.
Young, Gifted, and Broke?
And Broke, yeah. And then, you know, later on, he taught a lot of the famous jazz musicians. You know what I mean? I didn't know none of these people, but like a guy named Lenny White, you know, Bernard Wright, a lot of like jazz greats I never heard of because I don't, you know, listen to jazz like that. I do now, shit. Yeah. You know, he also was like the mentor of Q-Tip and Mos Def and Kweli. So he taught Q-Tip how to play the keys, shit. So when Q-Tip caught a fire in his crib, lost all the records to sample and all that. That's when he met Weldon Levine, taught him how to play. You know what I mean? And Weldon, when he was 50 years old, started rapping. At 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? And
he started rapping.
At 50 years old.
Weldon was trying to get to the bag anyway and reach people at the same time. So he said, it's a youth movement. You know what I mean? I'm a writer and a poet anyway. I like this thing and how other jazz people was like kind of dissing hip hop. He said, I'm gonna try to learn how to rap. And he went to the New Yorkers Poet Cat. He would have been here, you know what I mean? Like he went to all the underground things. Like you got to go through the ranks, right?
Exactly.
And then at 58, he killed himself. He shot himself in the mouth. He had a rifle put it in his mouth, killed himself. Across from Nassau Coliseum.
A rifle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in public.
Oh, all right,
public, yeah.
All right, I heard about that.
And that's how his mother. That's how his mother killed herself too. She killed herself back in '65.
The same way?
Yeah. Gunshot.
It was something mental.
Yeah, it's something that
mental health.
Some people would say that it generational. I don't know, but his mother did it, you know, as well. So, you know, pin on that. Second film is equally fucking happy film. It's about Yusef Hawkins, who got killed in '89 in Bensonhurst.
Yeah, that was a big day.
Yeah. For real. So I'm producing that. I'm not that the director of that. I'm producing that. Shout out to my man Charles, who is from Clarkson. He reached out to me because the homie Nigel Bushhead from church had told him that I do films because I'm doing the Weldon Levine film. Charles asked me to direct it. I said I can't because I'm doing this film, but I'm going to stick on there with you. And we found the director, Muta Ali Muhammad, and his producing partner, Javon Frank, and everybody from Brooklyn except for Muta. And he told me that Yusef was from Flatbush, actually. He's from Clarkson, but he also lived in East New York and Bed-Stuy, whatever. And we did a contest through the American Black Film Festival. We got a partnership with a company called Lightbox. Lightbox did the Whitney doc, Alien 92, and there's like mad other docs and shit. And they chopped it to HBO, and it's gonna be HBO in March. And that's the story of Yusef Hawkins.
That's what's up.
It's mad dark stories and shit. Thank you. Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you.
That's real big. HBO?
Yeah.
That's real big, man.
It's big.
Definitely. You understand what I'm saying? That's what hard work and dedication do.
I'm gonna be the first person from Flatbush to be on HBO, probably something like that.
Yeah.
So.
That's what's up, man. That's a big accomplishment.
That means something to me. In my speech, I'm gonna say like, I'm just gonna be like Flatbush.
Flatbush.
If I ever get an Oscar joint, yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
That means something. That means something to me.
Flatbush.
Yeah, we talk about it's like the most hated hood, like traditionally growing up.
I mean,
did you ever feel that before?
I mean, yeah.
You
know what? Flatbush. You know what they say about Flatbush. Flatbush is just made up of a whole bunch of foreigners.
Yeah.
So you know, they a lot of people back in the days were definitely leery of coming to Flatbush because there's a mix of everything.
Right.
Jamaican, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Americans. It's everything. You come there, there's like 30 languages being spoke.
Mm-hmm. And it's a
on every block.
It's a lethal place, right?
Yeah.
It's not the poorest place though. No. But it's lethal.
Yeah.
Flatbush.
It got Flatbush definitely have gems.
Oh, yeah.
Has real good big homes right dead center of the madness.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
That's like what they say about the Rolling 60s hood. But you know, they coming for that, but everybody grandma owned those things, right? But I moved to Fort Greene when the murder happened in 92. And first thing I heard, I hate Flatbush niggas. It's like, oh man. But you know, as you said, it's about foreign.
Exactly.
So it's xenophobia, right? And I was thinking the other day, like, you know, we talk about the whole Haitian shit, like, oh, yeah, you say they're Jamaican. I thought about like, yo, that shit actually is. I know it's deep, but that must have like some real deep seated fucking pain attached to that. Like, I don't know if any of y'all Caribbean here, you know, but just like growing up Caribbean, you know, in Brooklyn, just I'm thinking about just honoring the trauma attached to that alone, and not joking about it and not saying, you know, they used to call us all Jamaicans or da da da. Like that shit fucked up. What it does, it tears you from your family. You're like, nah, y'all on that fucking shit that make everybody in school, you know, say, right. I want to be one of these crazy, you know, So it's something I ain't really fleshed out yet. You know what I mean? But I think motherfuckers owe apologies to the Haitians. I think start with the Haitians. Like
definitely got to start with the Haitians.
I want motherfuckers to apologize to Haitians.
Yo, to all the motherfuckers.
Instead of this, yo, they
ICN.
Is guys Haitian over here?
Yeah,
nah, but
we know a lot of Haitians.
Okay, yeah.
I
You fuck with Flatbush, everything.
I fuck with a lot of ICNs. That's hard.
I was born here in
I
Brooklyn.
fuck with a lot of
Guyanese. Right.
Pops from Trinidad.
My
My family's from the South.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
You're from Flatbush, yeah.
yeah, but I'm from Flatbush.
You apologize to the Haitians, man. That's right.
I mean,
did y'all wrong?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of people did the ICNs wrong. I'm coming up. I mean, it was they had as far as all the Caribbean, all the Caribbean islands and nations or whatever. It's the ICNs went through the most. I don't care what nobody say. The ICNs went through the most. Period. You feel me? Like it was to a point where some was like, I'm not even claiming it, and they're like, nah. Like how you said, like, no, I'm not with it.
That's the truth.
I'm not with it.
We
You know
know
what I'm saying?
people
It's a
that
different day
experience
now.
that, especially in Flatbush.
It's like, because like I said,
Especially in
now.
I got a lot of ICN brothers. I grew up with a lot of ICNs. Like,
yeah,
they
blew up. They blew up.
Like since I was young, like so.
Shout out to my Haiti cons.
Shout out to my Haitian cons all day. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Word.
Real
So
talk.
yes, I'm doing those two films, documentary. Correct. You know what I mean? And it's real dark shit. I've been doing it's like 4 years. Real dark shit. You got the suicide shit here. You got the little kid getting murdered here. You know. So one thing talking about art, you have to take care of yourself and shit, right? You got to take care of your mind, because when you're doing documentary, different than you writing and making things up. You know what I mean? You're really going into real people's lives and, you know, dealing with, you know, just, I mean, beyond fact checking, you're really just like, you're taking on a lot of, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to call it energy, taking on a lot of energy from things, like physical things, from conversations with people, you know what I mean? You're talking to the family and everything. You got mama crying, you got, Weldon's son, I know him, he a young homie. You know, it's dealing with the family and their trauma. And, you know, I'm charged with telling a story in a way that is not offensive per se, but still, you know, the story.
Let me ask you, is that a lot of pressure on you?
Hell yeah.
Like when you're doing these what would you rather do? What movies or documentaries?
I rather, but right now, I rather just write my own people and like make believe people that belong to me in my head. Your own movie, I done like those short films before.
Short film.
I'll tell you something. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? You know that guy.
Of course.
Nah, come on, man. I don't know. You know shit. I don't know.
Like 12 or something.
No, we don't.
Like, y'all young guys. I don't know, but
think we 12.
But got me by like 4 years.
Okay, but nah. So I'm
That's light.
his daughter. One of his daughters reached out to me recently. She's developing a TV show based upon like his children and living under him, whatever. So helping her with that. She asked me to direct it. I'd rather just help write it, whatever. So it's not really make believe. It's still real, but still get to like make different scenarios up and everything. But I'm a storyteller, so I mean, it's however I told the story. Documentary is never the dream. It's just something that I felt like I thought it was gonna be easy. I thought I'm watching Smack and I'm watching all these other type of things. I'm thinking that all you gotta do is put the camera up, and it's like, yo, just tell me what would intervene. Yeah. But it ended up.
It ain't like that.
It ended up not being like that.
Yeah.
It's a good ass movie. I got Q-Tip is in it. Bobito Garcia is in it.
Okay.
Got Layla Hathaway in it. And you know, I even care. I don't care about none of that. Bobito, I did care about that, but a lot of the people in there, I didn't know nothing about none of these people. Was listening to no jazz. You know what I mean? But now I'm a jazz dude, man. Yo, jazz is crazy.
Jazz is crazy for
It's
you.
crazy,
So
man.
you know what? And just speaking about that, see how you doing that and that opened up your horizons, right? So just to go back to what you were saying before, like going through the trenches, right? Can you don't believe sometimes that you can get your calling later on in life?
Yeah. Shit. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you were so adamant about like you didn't go through the trenches, but you might get your calling later on in life. And if you're a believer of that,
No, good.
you can't disrespect the guy
No.
that gets his calling later on in life.
I love that. I love you said that, right?
Okay.
So my grandmother went to college when she was 56 years old. Okay. She went to learn at 56 years old. So yes, you get callings, but you go, you shut the fuck up still, and you listen, you learn. You learn. So yeah, you get your calling, and too bad you might not get that much years with it, but you still have to learn. Or if you just like an old fool. A lot of people think because they was born in a certain year, they get to be an elder. That's not how it go.
True. Talk about
You know, like I don't call myself an OG. I'm not an OG. You know, by definition, I'm not an OG. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the case.
What do you define an OG as?
Good question.
An
Blaga.
OG, just from traditionally, you know, how I intend it to be is you have to originate something, right? And you may not originate the entire organization or the movement, but you are so far removed from the present day activities of it that the people that came under you are recognized as leadership. That you are somewhat out of the way, you know what I mean? But the people who are in leadership look up to you, and you still have, you know, a certain amount of influence. Not because I'm old, not because I'm, you know, I was there, because, you know, I'm big bro. You know, people call me big homie, all that type of shit like that. And I don't let everybody call me that. Like, nah, I'm not your, because I'm responsible for you, right? Don't call me big bro, because I don't know what the fuck what you doing.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
So he can call me, you know, I don't know what he called me, but he might call me, you know, a big homie, whatever. But I feel like, and especially being in New York or being in Brooklyn, like, just like to be famous in Brooklyn is tough because mad people in it.
Brooklyn is
To
the
be an
biggest borough,
OG,
for sure.
you know what I mean? It's tough in places where everybody has a certain stature, right? So if I was like, I got my man, he 39, he in Atlanta, he's an OG, you know, as far as, you know, what we deal with, he's an OG because he set it off and it's a smaller town. So, you know, these things people throw, I'm just a little bit traditional with certain things. Like I don't like I love slang, you know, I can speak mad different ways. I love slang, but I love, you know what I'm saying, to use words properly because in them words, keep the integrity of these things. I just hear they got the OG ads and all that. Like, nah, I ain't no fucking OG. Nah.
I respect that.
Too bad.
Wordplay is very important,
Yeah.
and when you know how to use words, you unstoppable.
Yeah.
But one thing though is
Man, they gonna who listen to this show?
language always changes.
That's why I brought him. You gonna walk me to my car? I got a nice car too. My car is nice.
It's language always changes. That
is true.
Language always changes, and you got to be able to speak all of them, brother.
That's
so I agree with you to a point. What language do we actually speak right now?
That's true.
What is proper?
Well, I mean, hit me on my head. But I don't know. You hit me on my head with that
saying,
one.
you was born here in America.
Yeah.
So what language do we speak here?
English.
Okay.
So
Where does it come from? Does it come from us?
No. Well, no.
So
I'm saying
that's
no.
proper to you? You consider speaking the English language proper?
No, not at all.
So what do you mean by proper when you say speaking?
Oh, when I said, okay, good. When I say speak something proper, if I said that, I'm talking about the traditional meanings as I grew up to use them, right? So, the word dope, right? Dope mean heroin to me, right?
Yes, no. Green.
Now, growing up, I know dope also mean fresh and cool and everything.
Yeah.
But when I was on a radio show, I was on Sway in the morning. I was on a radio show.
shout out to Sway
Then
in
I
the
came right
morning.
here 'cause this is the real place to be, right?
Yeah.
I
seen you up there.
A dude talked about called up. He just got off of heroin, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I got off heroin." Da da da. You seen that part?
Yeah.
He
I
hang up.
watched it.
He hang up. I'm like, that's dope. Oh man. I was like, but that's real.
Right,
So
right.
we was a little bit older. We were saying crack, And people, they were saying crack. People a little bit younger, and like they calling crack good. So the whole point is that.
Oh no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm trying to stay.
No,
Trying to stay
I
to
want
what.
to be clear. I have
No,
to,
thank you.
Yes.
Thank
that's
you.
good.
I have to be
good.
clear.
That was
You
good.
scary over here. Thank
Yeah.
you. What was your name in the 90s? What would they call you? What they call you?
They call me Trub.
Okay.
Yeah, Trub.
Okay, you hit me on the head. Now he had me on my
I gotta
heels.
ask you
now.
a question.
Yeah, no, you had me on my heels. Yeah. See, they were showing and proving, and something that I say, it sound kind of like iffy, or you don't understand. Yeah, you got yo, what you mean by that?
Yeah, no, and
Facts.
now you gave an example, but
Right.
what I didn't understand.
Right.
what he meant.
That was an excellent question.
Oh,
bro.
I know what I said. I said
Yeah.
I could be proper. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I know
he
what I said.
That's why I was like, what do you
You know
mean?
what?
What
Yeah.
language? That's why I asked you
Yeah,
all
true
of that.
indeed. So
What
let
we
me dial that
speak
back,
and all that.
and let me say that was wrong for me to say. Yeah, ain't no proper. Yeah, 100%.
I
Yeah,
agree
what's the
with
proper?
you.
That's why he said, "Where you from?"
Yeah, what are you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
If you was
I
from
wanted to-
if you was from a particular island,
Yeah.
or something, you might
Jamaican.
say
You might
that.
speak something
Yeah,
different.
so
The
if
Jamaican
you from
shit,
Jamaica
yeah.
and you say, "Yo, I'm Jamaican. I'm from Jamaica." Yo, I speak Patois. That's the proper English for me.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Because that's
why
my
I wanted
native
to be
tongue.
clear on
So
that.
let me. So
Yeah.
thank you.
So you,
I'm
like-
glad we went through that, but let me answer now what you really asked me. Now I understand what you asked me. I mean that the white folk shit. What
Yeah.
they want me to speak in order to them to think that I'm educated. I mean that shit. I can speak that shit like real good, like real good. You know what I mean? That's what I meant when I said proper. But you're right.
Proper,
I should say
yeah.
they shit. So I can speak our shit and I speak they shit. I feel comfortable speaking our shit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's what
Yeah,
you.
no.
I mean, because you open it up
I
talking
think
about
you
slang.
should be able to do both as a black
Man.
man. All black men should be able to do
You
both.
should. But like,
I mean, but it's different rims of shit.
Everybody can't think on the same level,
Well,
and it's just.
well, let me say this, right?
I don't think it's gonna ever be that way.
I really like appreciate people who don't speak those different ways, because I speak the so-called proper way, right? Because survival, right? When white folk think you educated, at least we taught that buy you something, because we learned a little bit of their shit. Because when we first came here, you ain't speaking English. I'm whipping the shit out you till you fucking stop talking that Fulani, whatever the fuck you talking.
Whatever we was talking.
So
about,
it
yeah.
carries now to today, right? If you talk that shit properly to them in school, you can get the gold star or whatever. But I really I rate people who don't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Who don't, because really what it is me taking bass out of my voice, or me tipping my hat. No, that's what that shit really is. And while I am proud of the effort it takes, it's really some bullshit.
Exactly.
To speak any of this shit is bullshit, because I'm 42. I could have been learned some other shit and not spoke none of this shit no more, right?
Right.
So I want to be clear that in order to survive in society, you do. But when I look at certain people who I know, they can't, or they just stop and they be like, yo, I'm here. Like, it's kind of almost like how Russell would wear the cap, or JayZ with the dreads. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really for a place where we just stop speaking this shit, and I hope I can get to that place too. I can just speak my shit. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
feel
being comfortable.
Yeah. Women
in your
don't like
own-
that shit.
That's you.
The
being
ladies not gonna like
comfortable.
that.
Yeah, that's you being comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
And nowadays, everything is a touchy. We
Which is
live in
good.
a touchy world.
Let's go there.
Like you know.
Tell me.
Yeah, we got some.
go
We got
touchy.
some
Let's
time.
go touchy.
Yeah, we got a little touchy.
You
Like
wanna go
everything
touchy?
is touchy, and it's like
Talking about women?
and it's
Talking about
like-
some women.
And it's like, wait, yeah.
Okay, no.
All right,
No, we can go to women.
Yeah, wait.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of
women
shit,
intro,
a lot
yeah,
of
women
shit.
intro, yeah.
But let me give a little rundown real quick. Let everybody refill y'all drinks. Refill y'all drinks real quick if y'all need to real quick. Yo, shout out to Grease Ball and the what? Soylent Project.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green. You already know. Shout out to Mr. All Day. We see you, baby.
Yeah.
Mr. All Day's on the grind. Check him out on the IG. You already
Kirkside.
know what it is, same Kirkside. You already know. Check out Spacebound. You already know what it is, man. You already know. Check that clothing line out. It's impeccable, man.
You
It's
already
good.
know.
You already know what it
Check
is.
my guys out. You
You already know. Spicy Sugar 718. House of Hip Hop. You already know what it is, man.
S.STREET Media.
I'm not even really done with them yet. They coming up. You already know. S.STREET Media. You already know. But I'm getting to them. Happy Time Snacks. Happy Time Snacks. Happy Time. Who don't like Happy Time Snacks? Who don't like Happy Time snacks? We
Gotta
all
get
like
happy.
Happy Time snacks. Adult game night,
Adult.
October 12, 7 p.m., 1 a.m. Secret locale. Only
We
the
gonna-
Yeah, hit us
secret
up. Hit us
invite.
up on
Only
IG.
those who know
Inbox
the know.
us.
You
Inbox
understand what I'm
us.
saying? Shout out to Mathematics on that. If you want more info, shout out to Mathematics on that. You already know where to reach him. S.STREET Media. You already know. You already know. Straight Gas Radio. Don't forget about Straight Gas Radio. We up there. Check us out, man. Straight Gas Radio. Straight_gas_radio.com. You already know what it is, man. Paper Time. Shout out Paper Time.
Shout out my man Paper.
You already know Paper. Keep it going, bro. We see you.
Oh, hold on.
Schnog it.
1 second. I'd like to give my condolences to my guy Cypher Guns. He lost his brother today. We're gonna send our condolences and our shout outs to him, man.
Yeah,
And to his family, man.
definitely
Blessings.
Definitely blessings.
Yeah, man.
Send my condolences to his family. We could definitely give a moment of silence real quick for that. You already know, man.
Shout out Cypher, man.
Shout out Cypher, man.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Hold your
Blessings,
head,
bro.
my brother.
Hold your
man.
head, bro.
Blessings, man. I
We
send
out
my
here. We
condolences to
see
you
you.
and the fan, bro.
We see
You
you.
already know, man.
Cypher Culture.
You already know, man.
Go check his clothing line out too, man. For real.
Yes. You already know, man. And shout out to Black Raspberry Radio, man. Shout out Brownsville_America, man. You know what I mean? Shout out Seiko, man. The Shishkot.
I ain't see him in a minute.
We ain't see him in a minute, man, but shout out
He out here
Seiko.
somewhere.
Man, shout out Rockness Monster and all the Monstars. You already know what it is, man, what it be about, man. You already know, man. Shout out Tech with all the new remixes that he got going on. You already know what it is.
Oh
man.
yeah, we got we got the monster joint coming up soon. Halloween.
Yeah, we got the Monster Bash.
Yeah,
Y'all
we'll
look
get
out
the,
for it, man. Y'all look out for the Monster Ball. It's coming. You understand what I'm saying? October, I think that's going to be October 29th. You understand what I'm saying? Costumes is a must, at least a mask. Stay tuned for the details.
Tickets will go on sale digitally.
Yeah, tickets will be going to sale real soon. Look out. You understand what I'm saying? You can check us on all platforms, S.STREET Media. We are on YouTube, Audio Mac. The website is www.sstreetmedia.info. Radio 905fm_radio.com. We're on Facebook, Schools, Street Media, and Ustream. Check us all out. Check us all out,
baby.
Check us all out, man. Yeah, we have to get that in.
We
real
got the
quick,
guy.
man. So
I
now
can
we
shout
back.
out. I can do my shout outs too.
Yeah,
to-
give
Definitely.
your shout out.
Give your shout outs.
We're gonna keep
Definitely.
I'm
We
gonna
the
keep it
rundown.
New Kirk.
We're in the rundown.
I'm keeping New Kirk. Just
We're in the
shout out to my
rundown.
man Rikers and shout out to
Rikers.
Septor.
Okay, Rikers. We already
You
know the
Sammy,
OG
Septor.
Rikers.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Rikers is the OG.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out
Is he?
Rikers.
Rikers is the OG.
Is he?
Rikers is
On
one of my
slow.
OGs.
On
I know.
slow.
Yeah, I know.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Rikers,
Like,
That's
yeah.
family. Yeah.
I'm from the U2. I ain't give you that location.
Yeah,
you want too much.
I'm from
Okay.
Brooklyn, dog. I don't know what dudes
You know
be
what I'm
talking
saying?
about. I'm
Definitely
from
from the
everywhere in Brooklyn. I don't know what dudes be talking about.
Shout out
Right.
Biz.
Everywhere.
And we're back.
Yeah, we be everywhere, but I'm from the bush, but I be everywhere. I don't know where guys be.
Yeah. So,
Let's talk about
all right. So, now, how you feel? Because it's been, I know if y'all all been with the current events, I know y'all know about the Troy Ave situation and things of that nature. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, how you feel about that Troy Ave situation and people saying that, oh, is Troy Ave going to snitch? And Troy Ave already saying, like, Stackstone already snitching, saying that he did it when he didn't. So what do you want him to do in that type of situation?
I want him to do.
Yeah,
Shit.
well, I mean, what would you do?
What I do?
If someone say you killed your best
Look.
friend and you didn't, because that's basically the accusation,
know-
correct? Is that the accusation? I don't want to be misleading anyone because
You
we
know-
all factitious. Is that the accusation?
I think originally that's what he was
Allegedly?
charged with.
Right?
That's what he was charged with originally. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we all
I
on
don't
the
know
same
what it
page.
is. I don't know what it is now, but yeah.
For verbatim, right?
Yeah.
But that's what it's about, right?
I've been accused of killing a friend before.
Right?
Not
You have?
not by the law, yeah, not by the law though, but yeah. So I know that has a particular feeling to it. I don't comment on nobody's case, But in terms, I know that feeling.
So how did you feel? Because I'd never been a
Scared.
kid, so right.
It's like, huh? And it's confused, and and so I can speak about that space. Like, oh, so then we have to do this because you think that means that I'm not safe. Anyway, Troy Ave. One thing I say about Troy Ave, Troy Ave needs help, needs professional help, right? Troy Ave is, I think he might be a narcissist. I met Troy Ave first in like 03. I never liked Troy Ave because his attitude, but he's friends of a lot of good friends, whatever. I think he's gotten the bad rap, a lot because people don't like him. He's not likable. You know what I'm saying? Because of whatever he been through. But he doesn't make it easy for anyone to like him, and then he does certain things because he is his own person, and he rides the line, crosses the line of certain codes and vows that he might have taken that's not even in the media or whatever, right? But one thing that I say Troy Ave needs help. We all need fucking help, right? Troy Ave, one thing I hone in on every interview, he says, I haven't cried in 10 years. I'm like, okay, well there it is, right? Because if you ain't crying 10 years, my man, you bugged the fuck out. You bugged the fuck out. All that shit's rolling around your head, all that pain, all that shit, you ain't crying. And even if you want me to believe you ain't crying 10 years, you bugged the fuck out. You know what I mean? So I try to reach Troy Ave through one of my students is actually a student, I'm a 5%, right? So someone that I get knowledge himself is one of his best friends, right? But now he's not in the street anymore. He's just like, he's the good guy. So I try to get him, books and things like that, whatever. But then that shit happened, and the shit that happened is I wouldn't stand next to him, right? Because politically speaking, that's not wise for me to stand next to something like that, right? But as a black man, he needs to talk to somebody, like a professional, because he's bugged the fuck out. He's and I don't mean I disagree with everything you're saying, but
laughing,
you saying I ain't crying 10 years and you got all this shit going on, nah, son, nah. Crying is good. I've been there now. I've been not cried in whatever amount of years.
So are you basing him being bugged out because he said he ain't crying 10 years? Or
well, all of that, but he also
the
sticks that in there, right? All the things he's doing and how he talks,
he said it.
And that's always in every interview. He says it like he's crying for help when he's saying that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen. I mean, I have to beg to differ.
Okay. Yeah, because I heard it last time.
Now, listen. And the reason why I beg to differ is because before that situation happened in Plaza, like he wasn't really crying about like his peoples or things of that nature. He just always said. He always just boasted about being self-made.
Yeah, he's an
so
asshole.
like he explains, when you get the door shut on you so many times and then you actually make it your way, it's so fulfilling that you like. Fuck that.
You kind of want to flash
like
face.
Like fuck that. Like
And-
the same dudes that said I couldn't make it. I'm here on my own.
I think
and that's why
He's
that's
been like that before he made it, though.
Listen, no,
You think he was like that before he made it?
I know he's like, when I met him, he was 03. He was selling his Troy Ave 50 Cent mixtapes and shit. I met him in that Tahoe he talks about. I was in Tahoe. I tried selling beats. It's like, it's ill because he always saw the vision of what it was. And when my artist wanted to sell him beats, he said, I'm Troy Ave. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? You talking about Troy Ave? So he always, what you're saying, but he was cocky before all that shit. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's been an asshole. You know what I mean? But so I know what you're saying in regards to the crying. I just want to say that the way he says it and where he puts it in the conversation, that's why I say that he needs a release. He has no release. He hasn't honored his feelings.
Got you. And on that note, we kind of
He needs to be a part two.
yeah.
We gotta get you back up here because we kind of out of time tonight, people.
I'm not his friend though. I'm not Troy's friend.
Because we have to. I mean, because I don't want to leave that. Troy, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave that like that with Troy Ave because like I said, you know him on a different personal level, and you say that.
No, I don't know him. I know the symptoms.
So
I've been there.
So what symptoms did he display? I mean, because like I said, he also, like I said, he's real big on self-made. But my whole thing is this. Like I was talking about the particular case, right? And you being accused of you killing your best friend, because that's we all agree that's what the charges are.
Right.
And basically, is Tax Stone saying that he did that, right? That's what basically Tax Stone is saying, right? And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you have a lawyer and you have a lawyer speak on your behalf,
I know his lawyer, Ken
and make
Montgomery. It's my man.
And
My man.
right? And he makes a what is the trouble? And the lawyer
He
speaks,
makes a.
Nah, I
he-
feel
he-
you.
He
He said,
put
right?
a motion in.
He put a
on-
motion in. What is a
on your behalf.
motion
On your
on your
behalf.
behalf?
Motion
I
is-
I
feel-
mean, explain it to the
Yeah.
people. Like, what is a motion on your behalf? A motion,
I know
isn't
what
it?
it is.
This
Isn't
is
it?
my one veto. We talked about the veto. It's my veto.
That's your one video.
Talk about that off
He's
air.
not speaking on that.
See?
Anymore.
Okay.
All right.
So,
yeah.
all right.
No, but
On
that
air.
note-
Yeah, on air.
Right.
Nah, we
So,
talk
I,
about that
I never been in
on air.
prison. I don't talk about prison shit. I don't know what I would do if I was facing anything.
Yeah, no, but I'm just
You know what I
saying
mean?
because you know what, because
It's nasty. Look,
my
it's-
whole thing with this is
it's
that
nasty. Look,
no
it's
one
nasty.
talks about
No one talks
Tax
about
Stone's position
because it's high school.
in this. No.
It's high school.
So who's the
It's-
bully?
It's a popularity contest.
who's the bully?
Tax Stone. He been a bully. He says that.
So he's the bully.
Bro, this is high school.
All right, so everybody's siding with the bully when we have a no bully
Everyone is
campaign.
scared. Not Tax. I'm saying that.
No, you saying Tax is the bully,
Right.
and basically
people
nobody's
That's
going
all-
against
that's
the
all
bully.
we wanna be
Exactly.
clear
People are
on.
afraid.
So he's the 50 Cent.
He's
No.
the
He's the new
because at
50?
the end of the day,
Free
I
Tax
don't
Stone
know.
too. Who needs help too? Free tax. Free them all. Free everybody. First of all, free them all.
Everybody?
Free them all.
Not everybody.
Nah,
Who not?
I can't agree with
No,
that because
I don't know. I don't know who
You know
not.
why
You just
I
said
can't
free
agree?
everybody.
I don't say free everybody.
So let me. When I say free them all, right? I'm
Nah,
talking
you
free
say
about.
all like
So
because I can't say free everybody.
Yeah, some
Okay,
shit,
so let me-
some shit shouldn't have happened in the first place. Bottom line.
well, let me say I'm a.
Just everybody was just very broad.
Right,
You was
right.
talking
Okay,
about
okay.
using words and being specific.
But I also said I don't talk they shit. So when I say free, I see free them all. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Who's
talking
all?
about what we say. Free everyone who is in prison due to politics.
Nah,
Okay.
I agree.
I agree with
And
that.
all that
agree.
shit is based upon
I agree
us
with that.
being rats in the motherfucking lab, right?
Gotcha.
So I don't want anyone that's, I mean, I
Unlawfully-
ain't righteous. I don't care if you shot somebody. Okay, that's for a reason. Like it might be a good or a bad reason, but I don't say lock them up. I ain't with that. I ain't with locking people up. Like I don't. I think there should be penalties, right? But
An eye for an eye penalty?
But until they make those prisons humane, and until they make the sentences humane, then I ain't for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't for that shit.
I got you.
But I hear
the
you.
system
I hear you. Go ahead.
First, and this is what I want to ask him. I got two things. I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you one thing. The system was designed for us, so we should know that
Correct.
by now.
Correct.
If you're out here, black man, you should know that by now.
Right.
And
So
this is
fuck them
we're
jails, yeah.
really getting out of time. And I just want to say this: if it was your brother that got killed, what would you say then?
I can't. All right, boom. My brother got murdered in Baltimore a couple years ago. You know what I mean? You want to record it and leave it for part two, chop it up. I don't know what y'all do here. So he got murdered in Baltimore, right? And
Song ready.
I did everything from go down in the next morning, right, to going to one of the killers' sentencing. I found no joy in seeing that young, because a young dude, young man get sentenced to what was it, fucking like 30, 50? It was some weird years and shit. I felt no joy. See that young man like shackled up and shit. Off the families beefed and shit. That was wild. Cause Baltimore, they just stupid out.
They're
I
different,
fuck
different.
Baltimore. No
Yeah,
disrespect, but
It's different.
you won't catch me out there anyway. But I didn't feel happy at that shit. And anyone, I've dealt with revenge. I've dealt with people getting arrested. I don't feel happy because it don't take nothing from me. You know what I mean? But also, I'm 42, so I don't know. You asked me that last year. I don't know.
Not that it would make you happy that they went to jail.
Look,
I'm happy that you said that because
like-
you said you 42.
Yeah.
If we would have asked you last year, it might have been
Free-
something
yeah, free
different.
'em. We never,
So,
like-
it's just growth.
So if that dude was out on the street,
Well, what would be
it'd
the
be better for me. It'd be
consequences?
better for me, bro. Like he would get killed too. What we talking about? Like,
Okay,
what we talking
I
about?
just wanna be
Like, what
clear.
but that's only because I don't believe
Yeah, no.
in that prison
You
system.
just don't believe in the system.
I believe in
bottom line.
punishment.
Punishment, but
But
not the
I'm not
system.
for
Not
they
through the
shit.
system.
Yeah, but you know why that feels good for you, and that would be good for you because you're about that.
Right.
Now you
right.
have that's why we always say that the people that is not involved in that and they call 911 or they snitch and they do this, we expect that. If you go to work every day and a nigga rob you on the block, we expect you to go upstairs and call a cop. That's what you're gonna do. You're not with none of the shit.
You're not with
you go to
the-
work
But
every
it's still
day.
a penalty though.
Yeah.
It's still a penalty.
I mean-
Even if it's a civilian.
I mean,
It ain't-
it
you
is
still get
always
penalty.
listen.
Right.
It's always a penalty,
Right.
but you as a gangster, quote
Or
unquote,
outlaw, yeah.
or
A revolutionary,
outlaw,
whatever,
or
yeah.
revolutionary, you
yeah.
have to
Right.
know who you dealing with.
Right.
And as a revolutionary, you have to be real with yourself. If I rob a gangster ain't telling. If I rob the trap house ain't telling. If I rob the square gonna tell.
The square gonna find a gun to shoot you.
You understand what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna be square.
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50. But yo,
Shit, nigga robbed me.
We
Now
need
it's
part-
square.
we
Now I
gotta-
just
we
we
turned.
gotta have a part
Listen,
two.
we're gonna
Okay.
have part-
Appreciate
we're
you
gonna
coming
have
out,
part two.
Thank you.
Hold on. And give
I
it-
love you,
listen,
Baltimore.
hold on.
I want to love Baltimore. I
Listen,
really want to love
before
Baltimore.
we sign off, let them know everything you got going on. And I got
Let's go to
I'm
Victorious.
queuing up.
Victorious was
give them
here.
all your
Just go to Victorious was here. Just learn how to spell that shit. Like Victorious was here is on Instagram. That's
you heard the man.
leave my Facebook alone. You're from my Facebook.
Yeah.
Victorious was here on Instagram.
On Instagram.
I love you. I want to love Baltimore again. That's why I want to get to
You
love
wanna get
Baltimore
to
again. Yeah, but for now, fuck them till they.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now that's deep.
Yeah.
We got to get to that at another time. But we appreciate you coming out, and we thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
For another episode of Words with POODAY and
Plaga,
sometimes
you.
Shout out
And
S.STREET Media.
Yeah.
.info. Hey.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
This might be the realest shit I wrote, nigga. Mama know I'm a go-getter. Don't compare me to these hoe niggas. Who can lounge? Who want smoke, nigga? They salute me and flap, bitch, I'm like the GOAT, nigga. Drug beat. They only hating cause they broke, nigga. See me when you see me, just don't give me hugs and daps. I put drug B on the fucking map. Raising poverty, we had no choice to bubble crap. I put on for my peoples, that's worth a column cap. They shoot first, and I shoot back. Let it ring 3 times like Cole when he mid shot. They try to act like you don't grind before they come up. Oh yeah, my OG told me don't you ever rush to come up. They wasn't riding for me, they was praying on my downfall. Nigga, so it takes one phone call to perk y'all. Shout out to my Cody, he kept me G from the jump. Come right, nigga know he paid once I'm up. Sent my homie a text and gave him a blessing since his brother passed. I lost mine, it's been like 18 years and a half. Block work, copping ounces in them halves. Count my blessings, Lord forgive me for my past. From the hood when niggas plotting on your stash. Instead of working on my jump shot, just working on the bag. It's fucked up, pushing a few years. I ain't speak to a nigga that I really came up with. Paper, you on your bullshit, don't repeat the same shit that the OGs did. That's word to my mother. What up, gangster? What up, killer? What up, hustler? What up, nigga? My homie life got cut short, he try to rob the dealers. Lord knows I miss the nigga. What up, gangster? What up, killer? What up, hustler? What up, nigga? My homie life got cut short, he try to rob the dealers. Lord knows I miss the nigga. My niggas.